Congratulations! You're about to transform your Marvel Rivals gameplay forever. This isn't like other content that's filled with generic tips and empty promises. What I'm about to teach you will fundamentally change how you approach every single match, regardless of which hero you main, regardless of which rank you're in. This is the video you need to watch to know what you actually need to do in each game. Just hold height and enhance your line of sight. Sounds like great advice, but how do you actually implement that in game? I'm going to show you exactly that. By the end of this video, you'll understand the game in a way that 99% of players don't. You may not realize it yet, but map control is the ultimate goal of every match. No matter what role you are, whether you're a Vanguard like the Thing, a Duelist like Winter Soldier, or a Strategist like Invisible Woman, this is how you'll carry games, and knowing what to do, when, and where will immediately improve your chances of winning. Keep in mind that everything I'm teaching and explaining is based on you getting as much map control as possible. This is because map control gives us an advantage over our opponents. It gives us a resource advantage, and with this, we should win every fight. Let's start with resources. You might think you know what resources are, but resources are everything from Moon Knight's Crescent Dart ammo to Storm's Goddess Boost cooldowns, from Groot's wall ability to Black Panther's Vibranium energy, health packs scattered across the map, ultimate abilities. Not understanding how to use them will absolutely destroy your ability to control the map. Let's be honest, you, watching this right now, probably throw away resources faster than Black Widow throws away a perfectly good chance to win currently. Even worse, you're probably walking into disadvantaged positions thinking, I can win this, right before getting absolutely deleted from existence. From our spawn doors all the way to the objective, we find chokes and high ground. Between these, the map designers have added tons of objects we can break line of sight with, and between these breaks are the open areas that are extremely dangerous to be in. This is one of the key takeaways from this video. Listen closely, because this pattern will transform how you see Marvel Rivals forever, and I'm not exaggerating. Look closely and you'll see this pattern. There's a corner which flows into an open space, which connects to another corner, which leads to another open space. And this pattern keeps repeating itself throughout every map, from Yggsgard's towering spires to burning T'Challa's winding streets. So all we have to do is avoid the open spaces and make the enemy team walk into them, right? Exactly. It's simple to understand, yet so many players fundamentally misunderstand how to abuse this advantage. If you're enjoying this breakdown of Marvel Rivals so far, consider subscribing. I create new videos every week, including guides, rank tips, and more. Your win rate will thank you later. Let's talk about L-shape positioning. Look at the shape, because this is your new best friend. The L shape is absolutely crucial in Marvel Rivals. The short part of the L is where you want to be. When you're around a corner, you can peek, apply pressure, and if something goes wrong, you're instantly behind cover. The long part of the L, that's where your enemies want you to be. That's where you're about as safe as a hot dog at a Venom convention. Let me show you how this works with different heroes. Storm can control the short end of the L from high ground, forcing enemies to commit resources just to reach her. Invisible Woman can use her psionic vortex along the L's corner, creating instant space. Groot can place walls at the L's corner, turning a temporary advantage into an aggressive attack that a lot of the enemies won't even be able to see. Spider-Man can web swing around the L's corner, creating pressure without committing to the dangerous open space. If Doctor Strange walked out into the open here, what do you think happens next? His shield gets shredded and he dies before he makes it back to cover. Why? He's in the middle of nowhere. It's open space. It takes a substantial amount of resources to claim and move through open space that's contested. Your strategists have to use more resources on you. You're burning through your abilities to stay alive. And if the enemy team is corner peeking, it's a matter of time before they win the fight simply due to resource advantage. You may think, oh, our Psylocke got a pick. We're at an advantage, 6v5, but you're not at an advantage. This is also crucial. Your strategists are tied up on your Strange, meaning none of your duelists are getting support. And again, your strategists are only focusing on Strange, and the enemy team is taking less damage, freeing up their strategists to focus on off-angling and doing damage to your team. Your at a disadvantage. That's how you lose those team fights when you get what you initially thought was a crucial pick. Getting a pick is great, but mismanaging your resources loses games. How many times have you lost games where you're like, I had the most kills? Actually, wait. Our team had more kills in general. How did we end up losing that? When we talk about resources in Marvel Rivals, we're talking about everything that helps you control space. Let's break this down by role. For Vanguards, Magneto's shield management isn't just about blocking damage, it's about controlling and expanding sightlines. A good Magneto player uses their shield to deny enemy attacks while setting up for the next corner control. You can expand how far your team can peer around walls by using your shield and bubble abilities. Groot's wall cooldowns are your team's lifeline. You can spam them, but each wall should either deny enemy space or secure advantageous positions for your team. Thor's Storm Surge dash is an easy one to understand. Force enemies where you want them to be by pushing them out of the bounds of their Strategist ult so you can confirm an easy kill. You can take high ground for yourself, push someone off the map, simply get someone out of position. For Duelist, Spider-Man's web swing isn't just an escape tool, kind of like what we were talking about previously. It's a space control ability as well. Swing around that L-shaped corner we talked about to create pressure without committing. When enemy strategists see you, they generally start playing a bit different, meaning their eyes are off key players on their team that they should be healing. They often tunnel vision you, even if just for a couple of seconds, giving your team the time they need to forge forward and or make a play. Namor's Blessing of the Deep, the bubble timing, isn't just for survival. You can use it to claim contested space that other heroes simply can't touch. Squirrel Girl. Say what you want about this hero, if you wide peek a lane with an enemy Squirrel Girl on the other end, you need to check if the lights are on upstairs. She does an excellent job of shelling out consistent damage that you're forced to answer quickly, and usually by taking a path outside of main. For Strategists, Luna Snow's Idle Aura Snowflake ability, healing a teammate you don't even need to be looking at, is an excellent way to boost your team's ability to control space. Loki's Illusions aren't just for damage, there are area denial tools that force enemies to respect space. Rocket Raccoon's Healing Orbs, you can bank heals around corners and into rooms and pockets of space across the map, perfect for keeping your team alive, even if you don't have direct LOS, line of sight. Map control application. When we apply this L-shaped positioning to the corner, open space, corner rotating pattern, you'll see very quickly how we can break down each Marvel Rivals map. We want to make the enemy team cross into open space so we can save our resources. And this is why high ground and corners are so crucial. They let us control our engage timings without exposing ourselves. Now, of course, Marvel Rivals isn't so linear. This understanding is an amazing way to build a pattern out of each map and develop knowledge on how to tackle it. Let's break down some specific example. Yggsgard, the elevated platforms create natural L shapes. Storm and Iron Man can abuse these heights to force disadvantageous engagements. The central area is a death trap unless you're controlling the corner rotations. Birnin and T'Challa, multiple interconnected L-shaped pathways. Groot can create additional corners with strategic wall placement. The underground passages also offer safe rotations, but they sacrifice high ground control. Now let's talk about resource trading. The way we control space depends on these resources, and each hero has different strengths, weaknesses, and power spikes. Let's talk about team space control specifically. I want you to envision your Vanguard as a line. Everything behind it is your friendly space, and the enemy team has the same thing. When your Groot or the Thing are hiding behind the team instead of contesting space at the choke, what happens? Let's look at a real example. Storm doesn't adapt to the lack of frontline presence and gets caught in the open. As a consequence, because she's too far forward without corner control, she gets deleted faster than your tilted teammate can disconnect. Corner flipping concept. This is one of the biggest things that players don't understand in Marvel Rivals. Since the advantage of the corner is keeping enemies in open space, if they get too close or have more resources, the corner will flip. Watch this. They'll get the short end of our L shape and will be forced to walk through open space. To avoid this, we need to know our matchups, track enemy resources, maintain awareness of team positioning, save key abilities for corner defense. Let's talk about the ultimate resource. Get it? Ultimate abilities in Marvel Rivals aren't just damage tools, they're space control mechanisms. When Doctor Strange uses his ultimate, it's not just about damage. It's about denying space and forcing disadvantageous positions. The likelihood of landing a perfect storm ultimate skyrockets when the enemy team has used their mobility cooldowns, doesn't have their defensive abilities, is forced to contest the objective in open space. Marvel Rivals is a game dedicated by space. Our map control allows us to pressure enemies, bait them into open spaces where they'll have to use more resources than us. We ourselves should never push into open spaces without our cooldowns if we respect that these are dangerous pushes. You need to know your role, what part of the map is left open, how you can help your teammates, and how to punish out of position enemies. If they're defaulting and giving up the entire map, punish them by baiting them into open space, surround them, rotate around the map. There are countless options. If you've made it this far, you clearly care about improving. Understanding what we covered today will transform your gameplay if you implement this in every match. We're also growing our Discord community where we talk about all things Rivals and a few other games as well. Feel free to drop your clips in the Rivals chat as well if you want me to review your gameplay for free while I have capacity to do that. Links in the description. Consider subscribing for more advanced guides like this one, and check out my most recent video where I talk about how to solo carry here. Until next time.